Hey guys, Bowie here. I am back. I wanted to create this podcast slash video to share with some of you who don't know about the Grind Scheme of Things podcast. So I'm also broadcasting this on Instagram for those who are following me there. So let me just share with you a few words about the Grind Scheme of Things podcast, right? And what it is, what it's about, what you can expect from it as a guest who's on the show. If you are invited to be a guest speaker or subject matter expert on the show, or if you are a listener or a follower of the Grind Scheme of Things podcast, I want to make sure that you're just incredibly clear on what it is and what it's about and why it was created. So let's get right into that. So first, very upfront, the Grind Scheme of Things and any other content that you see produced by me or any member of my team online is all about enlightenment, right? Now, I have content about what I mean by enlightenment. I'm not talking about some starry-fairy concept of enlightenment. We're really talking about making sure that you are empowered and you are in your element of being able to self-actualize, okay? So that's very, very, very important. So I'm just realizing that I did not do a live story. I hit the wrong button on my phone here. So let's talk about this. When it comes to enlightenment, we're talking about enjoying a life state that allows you to really be able to experience the greatest level of wisdom, self-actualization, power, to be able to just really handle the things in life that are important to you, right? So you actually recognize that you are at the source and you are the cause of all the effects of your life, okay? Now there's a whole, that's what the content is about, because the question ultimately becomes, well, how do I do that? And what's that about? And so on and so forth. So that's what the content is about. So let's jump right into a little bit of background about the Grind Scheme of Things and why it was created. So over the years, the overall spirit, my observation, the overall spirit of messaging behind American entrepreneurship and career growth has been the following: grind and hustle till you drop, right? And then the results will come, right? Somewhere in there, the results are supposed to come. And this is what we call the grind scheme, right? Which is basically a myth, right? From my perspective. And there's so much talk about the grind, I use air quotes, that unfortunately aspiring entrepreneurs, business owners, coaches, consultants, subject matter experts trying their best to make a difference are discouraged and fail. And the question becomes, well, why is that? Well, it's because they're bombarded with false ideas and impressions of what it actually takes to succeed. In truth, not everyone wants to be up at 3 a.m. in the morning, grinding and hustling 24/7 to win, right? And frankly, not every success story comes from this counterproductive, self-sacrificing culture we've come to believe is a requirement of success. Clear? So to address and dispel the myths and misconceptions of the principles of success, Bowie Madu & Co., that's me, yours truly, and associates and partners, we take the initiative to produce content that sets the record straight for those embarking on their respective journeys of personal actualization and growth, and we do that with truth, as much due diligence as we can do to be able to provide some truthful perspectives, wisdom, and insight. So the ultimate goal is to dismantle the grind scheme, right, that you and I have, in some way, shape, or form have believed, past tense, maybe even to some extent still believe. We want to dismantle all of that by sharing more success stories of people you can trust and be inspired by. Okay? So one of the ways this objective is honored is by having guests and inviting guests on who we host that embody the spirit of authentic growth and success principles, and who can communicate with an original voice and tone that represents what it actually takes to win the game of creating value for everyday people in society, the community, and the world. So if you are a guest, right, if you are ever invited to be a guest on our show, this is what you get to be a part of.